Hello, my name is Jose Dones. Welcome to Differently Happy. Today is a very special day. I woke up very happy because I get to introduce you and the world a very special person, which is very talented. He's a gymnast, dancer, actor, and I can keep going for days. But let me let you listen to him, listen to his story. His name is Isaiah Cooper. What's up, man? I'm so happy to have you.
Appreciate you.
Since I met you, I've been wanting to know more about you.
Yeah.
You know, you're a person that I look up to very much.
Thank you.
And I can tell you that from the bottom of my heart.
Appreciate that, man.
And you're looking great, man. You're looking great.
You too. Check you out.
You're making me look bad, but it's okay.
No, I'm not. Yeah, right.
You always look like you just came out of the gym and looking good. Look at that. So yeah, man, I brought you here today because, like I said, you're a very talented person, but I want to hear more from you.
All right.
First of all, who are you? Where are you from? And what's your story?
So, my name is Isaiah Cooper. I am from Delaware. I was born and raised in Bear, Delaware.
Okay.
I spent most of my time living in Smyrna, Delaware. I moved there when I was about like 7, 8 years old. As far as like my passion for speaking gymnastics, you know, I was like 5 years old, sitting on my carpet, watching Olympic Games, and
you're like, I want to do that.
I did. So they were like superheroes to me. They're like the crazy superheroes to me. Like that was my first like image of what a superhero was seeing Gymnast. The one who stuck out to me the most was Dominique Dawes.
Dominique Dawes.
She's like she made a lot of history as an African American, female gymnast, and she was ridiculous, like on floor exercise, and I was just like obsessed with how she tumbled and everything. She would like tumble from one corner like on the floor and immediately like return to the other side of the floor, and I was just so like fascinated with like just gymnastics and how the body can move that way. And immediately I started tumbling in my house, and my mom was really scared.
You started tumbling at your house?
Yeah.
Without knowing how to tumble?
Without knowing how to tumble. So I just would try to mimic, just do whatever I could to make me feel strong. I would lift up like my 3-seater couch and just like lift it up, and I actually got the nickname Bam Bam, you know, Bam Bam.
Right, of course. Yeah.
So my uncle called me Bam Bam, and like it was one of those things that kind of stuck with me. And I just was like, you know, just begging my parents, like, please get me involved in gymnastics as much as I could beg them. And at first, I was playing baseball with my older brother. My brother Arnie.
So you started playing baseball?
I was playing baseball. I was playing t-ball with my brother. And
okay.
I was out in the freaking grass, just like picking dandelions and blowing it. I knew it wasn't for me like that, but I was like, I don't know. It was just one of the things I looked up to my brother, and I wanted to do like what he was doing. And my parents really knew it wasn't for me because I was like out in the outfield picking up grass and stuff. And my dad's like, Isaiah, get the ball. But
it got you into sports.
It got me into sports. It got me active. But that's how I truly knew at a very early age that, like, you know, when I saw gymnastics, it was like I just naturally gravitated to that, and I really was, you know, starting to flip around the house. My mom was like threatening to punish me if I didn't stop flipping because she was nervous I would hurt myself. Eventually, They ended up taking me to like a tryouts, and
they had no other choice.
I had no other choice. So it finally got me in there. Walked into the gym, and I was just obsessed with the environment. It was like freaking Disney World to me, and I don't know. It
is like a playground when you first see it as a kid.
It was my paradise.
It's amazing. Yeah,
my paradise right away, and the coaches, they wanted to put me on the team like right away. But my mom was like...
It was like a natural talent?
It was, yeah. I was like climbing up the rope right away and like trying to bust out backflips and everything. It was very nice.
I bet they like, and a bunch of kids, they're like, I want him in my crew. Come, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty crazy because I didn't even realize at the time, like, I didn't realize what other coaches saw in me, but I just knew it was my passion.
Right.
And we moved shortly after that, about like 45 minutes to an hour away, and there were no boys gyms or anything.
Really? All girls?
There was a girls team, but there wasn't a boys team, and ended up you know, still going to a gym that was in Dover, Delaware, and they had no like boys team, no program. They had like classes for me, but they were like, they knew something. Like, one of the coaches, I don't quite remember her name, but she always knew, like, she was like, he needs to go somewhere else. I don't know if we can like properly serve him. So I remember this was when phone books were like a big deal. And we were looking in the phone book, and there was a gym called KMC Gymnastics. And it was over an hour away.
There was no Google, right? It was more
none of
like,
that. It was phone books, and.
But you're not that old.
I'm not that old. I'm 25.
How old are you? 25.
I'll be turning 26 in June. So Gemini.
So not old at all, man. Gemini,
No?
Gemini.
Yeah.
Awesome. I got some more questions for you.
Yes, sir.
First, I want to know what's something that, you know, everyone wakes up in a different mood, right? Let's say I wake up today in a bad mood, but I'll wake up and I put a motivation speech. What motivates you in the mornings?
Honestly, first and foremost, God. You know, like, first thing I always do each day is I just thank God for another day, and I know He has me set here for a purpose. I can just feel and see from the places He's blessed me to be able to travel to, and the opportunities He's blessed me to be a part of. The people like yourself that He's blessed me to be a part. You know,
likewise,
like
man.
He's blessed me to have you a part of my life. And,
Definitely, yeah.
You know, I believe He's blessed me to be a part of other people's lives, and I'm just really thankful to be able to touch like different areas. I never thought, honestly, that I would be living in Orlando right now, like time ago. Like I never, it wouldn't even cross my mind. But when I look back and connect the dots, I can see how He was, like the very fact that we even have this conversation right now, it was like Him structuring, you know, my life. And it's something that's way bigger than me, you know, bigger than you and I and what we're doing right now. It's like so much bigger than what we can see right now. And I realize that every single day. So I just keep that in mind, and no matter how tired I am, how frustrated I may be, or whatever challenges and struggles I'm dealing with, I just know like this is bigger than me. So, and the people whose lives I get to impact each day, I'm starting to see more of a return. You know, I'm starting to see things add up. So I'm really thankful for that, and it kind of keeps me going. Honestly, I'll put some music on, you know, do my thing. But usually it's just like, this is how I'm wired. I get up and thank God for a new day and just get it going.
So you're a very spiritual guy.
Yeah, I would say I'm a very
awesome.
faith-based person, yeah.
Awesome.
Spiritually
Okay.
connected.
Do you consider yourself a normal person?
No.
Why is that?
Well, I always see outside of the box, you know, for most situations. Sometimes it's hard, you know, I realize I don't consider myself a normal person because I never fit in. Even though I'm really cool with everyone. It doesn't matter what sector of life you're from. I'm cool with everyone. I'm just very much a people's person, but I just realized I never truly fit in any one group, and I don't think I was ever.
What do you think is that? Because to me, you look like somebody that's super cool. That would fit in anywhere you go.
Well, in that sense, in that regard, yeah, like I fit in the sense of that I can, you know, it's like water. I can flow and maneuver into different situations and connect in different ways, you know. However, I was meant to continue moving. I wasn't meant to like be like a block of ice, you know, or anything like that, or in the form of snow. I was meant to keep flowing.
Right.
And I feel like I don't. It's not that I can't, you know. It's not that I can't be a part of something, but I'm not necessarily of it all the time.
Right.
I don't know if that's making any sense at all.
Completely.
But I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that. I guess without sounding arrogant, you know, or like cocky, it's not the thing that I'm going for. But I just know that I was placed here to do something bigger than myself, and a lot of what I've, you know, had to do.
And I feel that. When I met you, I felt it right away, and that's why I wanted to bring you here today and know more about you. And that's why I want people to know more about you.
Thank you.
I know you already told me who got you into sports, who you saw on TV that you were kind of admired, but who do you look up to now?
Who do I look up to now?
Who's somebody that you still see, or it might be somebody new that you just met, or someone you want to be like in a way?
So I would say there's two people I say two people, but it's a group of people. It's my parents, number one. Their work ethic is out of this world. Like I'm really thankful they didn't give me, they gave me the world, and they provided the opportunities for me to, provided me the tools to be able to do what I'm doing today. Had they not shown me work ethic and, you know, what's important and, you know, how to prioritize my life and everything, I would not be where I am today. Like the structure they provided has got me to where I am. But also, honestly, as far as entertainers and performers, my number one in that regard is Beyonce. She honestly is like, she's changed my life as far as her work ethic and just her vision for life. Like, she's so truly passionate. But I just think that her work ethic, and it's like she's done everything, but she continues to push. And as soon as you thought she did everything, she's always pushing it and outdoing herself. And to me, that's all I ever want to do. I always want to do things like top notch to the best. And, you know, I like to shine for myself, but I also like to shine with others. And I noticed that in her as well. You know,
I remember seeing a news report about Beyonce saying that, oh, she passed out. She went to the hospital, and the reason why she passed out, she said it was because she forgot to eat, of how busy she was and how many things was going on in her life. And that shows you how dedicated she is.
Yes.
So I totally understand that you can admire her, because
absolutely,
like you said, if not the best.
Yes, for sure, out of this world.
So your parents and Beyonce.
My parents and Beyonce.
I love that. Did anyone ever tell you that you were wasting your time following your passion?
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, I don't want to get emotional, but yeah, so I don't want to like name his name, but my coach, when I was younger, there's a practice I was going to, and because of how far away we lived, we didn't always get the updates on emails about practice time changes, and got super late to a practice because there was a time change. Like they changed the practice times, and my coach at the time was really pissed off, to say the least, about me showing up late. And the boss, because she knew how much of a sacrifice it was for me and my parents to get there, she asked him, you know, to stay, like to extend his stay, and she would pay him. But he was really frustrated, and I was 13, going on 14 at the time, and my dream was nothing but to make the Olympics. I didn't see anything aside from the Olympic Games, you know, in my mind. It was like, my dream was just Olympic Games, you know what I mean? That's all I saw. And I mean,
that's pretty much what got you into watching the Olympics.
Yes, and that was like my vision, you know what I mean? And so I finally, for the first time, I expressed my dream to him, and I told him, I said, Coach, I was like, listen, I was like, you know, this is my dream. One day, I was like, listen, I know I'm gonna make the Olympic Games one day. He's like, what are you talking about, Isaiah? What are you talking about? He's like, you never make the Olympics. What are you doing? You waste your time. He's like, you never make it. You're too old. And I was like it really crushed my spirit.
I heard about this 40-year-old make it to the Olympics.
Yeah. What's her name?
She's a gymnast. I can't remember her name.
She's from Russia. That's my friend.
That's your friend?
I'm friends with her.
Oh my God,
yeah.
I need to get her
I'm
here
good friends with her. She's short.
Yeah,
I'm really good friends with her.
I saw a news report, and that made me want to keep going, you know?
Her name's Oksana Chusevina. She's made history. Like, I met her at a training camp in the Poconos, and her and I are really good friends, actually. I got to teach her son, actually. I was coaching her son for some years.
Wow.
So it was an honor, because I watched her during the Olympic Games, sitting down. In fact, I was on punishment one time. And my parents allowed me to watch the Olympics still, because they knew it meant that much. And I remember seeing her. She was making history, and then I had the blessing and opportunity to even be in her presence and everything. So it was crazy.
That's amazing.
It was crazy.
You pretty much already told me that gymnastics, you saw it as people being superheroes.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why, but I want to know what made you choose that and stick to it, you know? Because sometimes you choose, like you might have played baseball and you're like, I chose that, but I didn't really like it. What made you stick to gymnastics?
I was beyond obsessed, you know, with the belief that I was going to make it. And no one, not even my own self, which is a great thing, but also a dangerous thing at the same time. Is it can be a dangerous thing for the fact that no one, including my own self, couldn't convince me otherwise that I was going to make it.
Right.
I even had a dream and physically saw myself in the future. I saw myself in this dream in the future. I was 16 years old in the dream, but I saw myself on this mega screen at this awards ceremony, and I saw myself in that dream with a full-on beard. I had on a navy blue Team USA shirt on, and it had white letters said USA with silver around it, and I saw myself finishing a triple full on floor exercise.
Triple full.
And the coach who I saw that was standing next to me, I couldn't really make out the face if it was my coach or if it was the Russian coach that was one of the head coaches at the Olympic Training Center.
Okay.
And I actually spoke to him about going to the training center. Well, make a long story short, after I saw myself, I was even more convinced. I was like, this had to be a dream from God. I know this is like, this has got to be. But it was also, I think what made me stick to it more was that it almost seemed like people didn't expect for me to stick with it. And I think everybody expects that, when you start something, it's like, oh, when things get hard, you're going to stop. When, you have financial challenges or when you have injuries. I've had many surgeries because of sport. Some crazy traumatic injuries and stuff. I mean, like crazy injuries. And thankfully, I bounced back from them all. But I realized how many people invested in me too. My parents, they were ready to move. Uprooted our whole family and moved to an entire different state. I called it my host family. I had a family who even took me in, and it was my doing. I asked my parents. I was like, hey, will you allow me to go do this so I can live closer? Because my parents were doing so much with my siblings and working full time, doing everything. And it wasn't that they couldn't provide for me. It was just I wanted to be there so much more. You know what I mean? And so it was so many people, including my school and just everyone in my town believed in me. And it was like, in a way, I felt like I had a pressure at the same time, which was not necessarily healthy all the time. But I felt like, man, I have to do this. I have no choice. Like, I've convinced myself so much about this, and then I've also caused others to believe in me so much that I felt like responsible in a way. And it was a good responsibility, but at the same time, it was sometimes a burden, So
I feel like, yeah, but these people would have provided that support either way.
Yeah.
If they went all out for you like that, I'm sure if you would have decided to quit, let's say, one day, and you would have done something else, they would still be there for you.
Yeah.
And that's amazing that you got that in your life.
I'm very thankful for that.
You told me you had some injuries, and that's pretty tough to come back from. But did you have some other obstacles that made it hard for you? And have you ever doubted yourself to the point where you said, okay, I can't do this?
I will address that question first.
Okay.
I've never doubted myself to say I couldn't do it.
That's amazing.
I never did. And that's something that can be hard for people to believe, but I was, once again, so convinced. I believed so much, that it didn't matter to me. I was so used to tough times that it didn't faze me. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, well, there was times I had my school change my schedule for me to get to training and everything. And I was riding my bike 2 miles, to get to school, and then sometimes almost missing the dart bus that would take me 45 minutes to go to my carpool. And
I believe that you told me once that you had to take the bus like a whole hour just to get to practice. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so there was times that because of my parents' work schedules, it was just tough. They were working full time, supporting us all, me and all my siblings in our sports. We were all I would call it full-time jobs for us as well. We were going to school, in sports and everything, and it was just hard to be everywhere, you know what I mean? So I had to, hustle and make the bus happen, and sometimes I'm scraping in my little piggy bank for nickels and sometimes, nickels and dimes just to make the bus, and I would ask my neighbors to sometimes drive me there, or knock on neighbors' doors and see if somebody could take me to the bus, and yeah, that was my way to get to practice. Sometimes it was over an hour away, but made it happen.
Well, no wonder why you turned out so talented.
Thank you.
My God, all right. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where I see myself in 5 years?
With all of that you got going on, because you got rehearsal, you're coaching, you're an actor. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, thankful that I've kind of I am living my dream right now, thankfully. I'm backup dancer for a singer. I perform, professionally, both, in many different areas as an acrobat and dancer. But I've started picking up some stunt fighting. I would love to,
Is that hard?
It is. It's very difficult because it's almost like dancing, because it's like, it's playing like motions, like playing punches and everything. And if we have like choreography for like a short film or a movie, we have to hit those exact like punches at that exact time, and we got to make sure there's a certain eye contact and everything is precise so that we're not actually punching each other and everything. But I would love to break more into the acting world. I got a photo shoot coming up. My goal is to break into modeling and really, get that going. I've always loved
I feel like we should do a photo shoot, man.
I think we should.
Are you ready for that photo shoot?
I think we should. I'm so ready for that.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Thank you.
We'll make it happen.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it happen. It's the beginning, baby. It's the beginning.
So after hearing you, you're definitely not a normal person. You are an amazing human being.
Thank you.
Like I said before, I admire you. You're awesome. Not just my coach, you're a friend, and I'm happy to call you a friend. Are you differently happy? You feel happy with how your life has turned out?
I am. I'm happy first and foremost because I realize that happiness, is not a state of feeling. It's not a state of always feeling happy. Happy has to be who you are first. Because every time I wake up to go and do what I need to do, I don't always feel that way.
Right.
And sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and other people might see something, but it's not that I don't see that. Sometimes I don't always feel that. But I have to choose to be happy, you know what I mean? And I have to choose to, let off that energy regardless of how I feel. And that's what makes me happy, you know what I mean? Because, it's like, listen to music. You listen to sad songs long enough, you're gonna start feeling sad.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a happy person because I decided to put myself into that position. And I was born happy, But what I am happy most about is that I'm seeing things add up, and the choices I've made since I was very young and the sacrifices I've made that were made for me. It's like it's putting me in a position that I'm doing exactly what I imagined to do. So I'm very happy. I say I'm differently happy,
Awesome. I love to hear that.
Yes, sir.
I know there's a lot of people out there that are different, but they're not living a different life. They're living a normal life. It might be because they're scared to take the step, or they don't believe in themselves. Is there something that you can tell them to maybe help them make the step?
Yeah, well, I guess first and foremost is nobody's gonna do your work for you. Can't be lazy. And if you always wait for the feeling, if you always wait for a feeling to come upon you to start, you're never going to start. Like I said, happiness shouldn't be like, choosing to be happy shouldn't always be feeling based. Yeah, happiness is a feeling as well, but when it comes to starting a project and starting something this project here and many more to come. If we wait for the feeling, like, we're always going to be busy, right? We're always going to have things going on, days we don't want to get up and do what we got to do. It's not about that, you know what I mean?
There's never the perfect time to
perfect
start.
Conditions, you know what I mean? So if you say, if you want what you say you want, you gotta get your butt up, you gotta get it moving, and start waiting for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's really never going to happen until it's like a snowball effect, you gotta start something, and once the ball starts it starts rolling, things start to pile up, and you may not even understand, where you're going moving forward, but eventually, regardless of whether you're happy of all the steps you had to take, or whether it all was how you thought it was going to be, you'll be able to look back and connect the dots and see that things are adding up. So, gotta start. You just gotta start. It's no magic formula to it. It's not rocket science. You gotta start somewhere. Do what you can. You know what I mean? Inquire, ask questions, get your butt up and move. That's it.
I love it. I love it. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm very, very happy that we got to take the time and
Thank you so much.
know more about you, and hopefully we get to motivate some people out there. And like I said, man, we're here in Orlando. I drive, Florida, perfect
Blessed
weather.
to be here, man.
I'm usually cold, but today's right.
It's beautiful.
It's perfect.
Beautiful.
Jose Dones,
Isaiah Cooper.
and we
you
want to
so much.
wish you a beautiful day.
Thank you.
And remember, if you're different, be different. Don't try to satisfy everybody because you won't be able to.
Amen to that.